Hey guys, Hunter Elliott here, rangehot.com. I'm actually out here doing a follow-up on a review that I've already done. As you can see here, this is the Liberty Suppressors Cosmic. And I did a review on this silencer, I don't know, it was several months ago, and I've still been running it and seeing how well it's holding up, watching for any kind of baffle erosion, just kind of doing a stress test on the can. I learned from Liberty about a month ago, even though this is a pistol can, like we demoed in the previous review, we shot it on some 300 blackout stuff. Well, it's also rated for 5.56. As long as your AR or whatever you've got chambered in 5.56, 223 Remington is a 16-inch or longer barrel. And this kind of, I'm going back to talk a little bit about the versatility of this particular silencer. As we all know, there's definitely a cost factor when you're purchasing a silencer. Hey, you got to spend the $200 on the tax stamp. You got to wait, ever how long it takes the ATF to get your Form 4 approved. So a lot of people choose to buy silencers that they can run on, their pistols and rifles and what have you. Try to get as much stuff covered with one can. And most handgun silencers are good to go for 300 blackout subsonic. But here we go. The reason that I think this is actually pretty cool, for me, anytime I go out of town, or if I'm spending, if I'm spending some time away, I always like to carry a carbine with me. Generally, it is an AR-15, generally in 5.56. That's what I prefer. And here's the thing: the last thing you would ever want to do is have to deploy your carbine to defend yourself and your family. But as we have seen in the past, there have been times where people have been either they were crowded on the interstate by all those guys on the motorcycles. You saw that, or what have you. AR-15 is actually a really fine rifle for home and self-defense. I mean, there's a reason the military is still using it. Hoorah, Marine Corps. Anyway, so here's the thing about anything chambered in 5.56 that's a huge drawback. If you were to have to deploy this thing, even with a 16-inch barrel, it is terribly loud, terribly loud. So if you're running a carbine as your home defense or your vehicle, and you ever had to, like I say, God forbid, deploy it, and you don't have, something bad happened, you had to get your rifle, you're not going to have time to get your eye protection, ear protection on, and all that good stuff. And as well, that's definitely understandable. But you also have to keep in mind that you want to try to keep any kind of hearing damage down to a minimum, especially if you're with your family. Say you got a young child with you or something like that. You don't want to have to be firing this AR unsuppressed around people. Now, even with a silencer screwed on it, it's still pretty loud. I don't know that I'd want to spend a day at the range shooting it, but in an emergency type situation, I certainly would appreciate the fact that I can suppress this AR. I could buy this pistol can for use on the handguns or whatever that I'm running. And if I didn't want to invest in another silencer, I could screw that on the end of my AR and be good to go. All it is instead of running a piston like on your handgun, you just get a hold of Liberty. You let them know what you're running. You just need a basic adapter. This is 1/2x28, like most all ARs are in 5.56. So anyway, I got a couple rounds that Defender Ammo sent me, and I'm going to run the gun a little bit. I know we're on camera here, you can't really tell, but trust me, I don't have the ears on, and I'm going to just run a few rounds down range just so you can see where I'm at with it. So still loud, probably a little bit louder than the 22 long rifle out of a handgun or a rifle, but it's tolerable without hearing protection in an emergency type situation. So it just lends a little bit more to the versatility of this particular Liberty Cosmic. So anyway, you guys take care of yourself, stay out of trouble, and I'll look forward to seeing you on the range.